Thanks very much for joining this session. Really looking forward to engaging with everybody. What we're going to do, I think, first of all, for those people who don't know me, my name is Keith Rosmarin. I lead the skills portfolio in BPESA together with the team. And we have also got some of the team members from Future Skills Platform also joining this session. And Coral will be co-facilitating the session together with me. But I think before we kick off with some of the details around the GIFS and BPESA program, what I'd like to do, I think, is just show up a video that really highlights, I think, what we're trying to achieve. So Coral, if you wouldn't mind, just letting that video go through and we'll just check on sound.
You have a limited time to stay on Earth. You must try and use that period for the purpose of transforming your country into what you desire it to be.
South Africa, a nation with a density intertwined with progress and empowerment. By the year 2050, our workforce is set to surpass even the giants, India and China combined. The future of the global labor market resides in Africa, and within our borders lies an urgent call to action. The mining sector, a cornerstone of our history, is approaching obsolescence by 2060. Arid lands impact agricultural work. The time for the BPO sector to rise has come. It's not just about claiming a place on the African continent, it's about leading on the global stage. In response to this call, multi-award-winning educational institution and globally lauded for its quality and innovation, the Graduate Institute of Financial Sciences has partnered with BPESA and have co-created a world-class learning program that encompasses work readiness, as well as ensuring optimum performance on international standards in the financial services and global services sector. The GBS Accelerator Programme is twofold, gearing individuals not just to enter the global business sector, but to become business leaders in global business services. Whether it's navigating the intricacies of the financial services sector or mastering legislative training for financial services, we've got it covered. Compliance and competence are at the core of our training. We teach not just the technicalities, but also the etiquettes and netiquettes necessary to operate at the highest level. The best part? Our program operates as a learnership, allowing companies to recoup costs through tax rebates. When your company thrives, so does our program. A percentage of profits, instead of going to the taxman, directly contributes to nurturing the future leaders of our industry. Our program follows a broad camp model, front-loading learning to ensure unencumbered availability for work. Complete logbooks track progress, ensuring each learner is on a trajectory to success. Today, we invite you to join the GAP program, where we not only found the gap, but are committed to closing it. Let's bridge the gap between potential and excellence. For more information, contact Andy Searle or Brendan Ribeiro. Let's maximize on triple BEE benefits, scarce and critical skills earning maximum learnership points. It's about youth development. It's about empowerment. The GAP program. Because it's time to rise. Rise, GBS, rise.
Thanks very much, Coral. The really analogy around RISE was drawn from our end-of-year conference we held in Cape Town. That was a GBS conference, and really it's around focusing around, particularly around skills. And so I think for this session today, the agenda that we'll take you through, I think, is just to talk a little bit about our exciting partnership with the Graduate Institute of Financial Sciences. Coral and the team will help take you through the program that we've got on offer, and the value proposition that it holds. We'll also allow you to ask any questions or queries that you might have. And more importantly, to let you know also, we've got a series of roadshows that will be taking place, fortunately face-to-face, in each one of our major regions. And we'll talk you through when those are occurring, the times, and who will be joining. And we're hoping that you'll be also join those roadshow sessions later this month as well. So I think with that, what I would like to do, I think, is just share a little bit more. I see we've got more and more people joining, which is excellent. Great to see the interest in the program that we're putting forward. I think the point that I want to raise, I think up front, first of all, is that BPESA and the skills portfolio in particular is always wanting to support the growth of our sector, and to make sure that we've got a talent pipeline available in an agile way to move into in-demand digital and increasingly digital roles in the sector. And we know that more and increasingly the roles are becoming even more complex. And this partnership that we have with GIFS is to help us along that pathway at scale. So I think first of all, Carol, if you wouldn't mind just going on to the next slide. I think the important part of this is really around building the type of skills. We've based it on an interesting model called the donut model. And in the context of BPESA's partnership with the Graduate Institute of Financial Sciences, this references a donut model developed by an Oxford economist, Kate Raworth. And the model is a visual framework for sustainable development, balancing the needs of people and the planet. In essence, it's a way to think about economics that ensures that no one falls short on life's essentials, from food and housing, and in this case, education and skills. In the context of BPESA and the GIFS initiative, the donut model is intended to focus on our efforts providing holistic and sustainable education and upskilling opportunities. And this approach aims to meet the immediate needs of young, unemployed individuals in South Africa by preparing them for the global business services sector. So our partnership with GIFS is kicked off in 2024. And we intend, and you'll see later on, putting through around 650 young people in cohorts across 2024 and 2025 and into early 2026 as well. GIFS is really a leader in this area, particularly around financial services. And we're excited about this partnership to support the sector and to tell you a little bit more about what this program and value proposition entails. So with that, Coral, I'd like to hand across to you just to take us through more around the program, our intakes and targets, the way in which we want to deliver the program, but I think, and especially some of the tax rebates that are on offer through this program we're pulling together. Of course, the next step is how you can participate. And I have got on this call Babakile, or BK as we call her in the team, and she'll also be able to assist and support any queries or interest that you might have. And we'll contact you once we've had this session and once you've engaged with us as well. Thanks, Coral.
Great. Thank you so much, Keith. Good afternoon to everybody. Thank you so much for taking out the time to join us. I'm going to cover a brief overview of what the GBS Accelerator Programme is. So we're referring to this as the GAP program that we are jointly offering to the BPESA membership base, very excitingly, together with our GIFS partners. So we'll go into some of the information, but I would like to stress, as Keith has mentioned, we are going to be hosting in-person events with the first breakfast session to kick off next week. And we really encourage you to sign up to come and join us at each of these breakfast sessions, where our BPESA team, together with the GIFS team, will be engaging to provide an overview of the partnership and to go into quite a bit more detail around the program offering I think very importantly, it's adaptability to make sure that it is business fit for purpose training that meets your individual requirements. And then, of course, the opportunity to have a deeper Q&A session and some networking. So first and foremost, the GAP program is a joint initiative whereby we will be seeking to support excluded, unemployed youth with an opportunity to skill in formal qualifications. And with that, we recognize and fully appreciate the work that needs to go into work readiness training, job readiness for young, inexperienced candidates upon entering the workplace. And so the qualifications that are on offer will be delivered with an upfront incorporated work readiness training piece. So it will be 6 weeks of work readiness training that is designed to address the essential skills and attributes for the workplace, with a focus on behaviors for work, socialization for work, business communication, digital literacy, and very importantly, numeracy. So this is built into the full 12-month qualification, and this will be in partnership with your organization to meet those bridging requirements before the candidates transition into the actual theory component of the chosen qualifications. So you'll see we are presenting in this view, and we will share with you all a copy of the one-page value proposition, a list of the qualifications on offer. At an NQF4 level, GIFS together with BPESA will be offering a number of service-seater and in-seater qualifications. I'm not going to rerun through the list top to bottom. And then at an NQF level 5, together with in-seater and services seater, they will also be offering a bank seater qualification. So the opportunity is an all-inclusive fee for the 12-month qualification, which is delivered by GIFS, with the upfront work readiness of 6 weeks training, which is fully supported by our BPESA team to work with your training departments to ensure those work readiness requirements are met. So that's a total package fee of the 22,400, excluding VAT per person. I would like to note, very importantly, GIFS is zero rated for VAT, excuse me, for these services, and therefore no VAT is applicable. 50% of the program fees will be payable upon commencement of the program, and the remaining 50% upon completion of the program. And as noted, this is fully inclusive of all of the GIFS delivery, management, and administration fees. The typical fees for this service to the market is around 36,000, and as mentioned, this is inclusive of the work readiness piece, which is fully supported on the BPESA Future Skills platform. So each and every single user will also get access to a paid for BPESA Future Skills user license, which will be valid for the term of a year. So over and above the qualification training, all of the content and training programs available on FSP will be available to the beneficiaries as well as the supporting training team through the duration of the program. So GIFS do fund this gap for the program that we are pricing for the BPESA members through their GIFS Global Bursary Fund under Project Madiba. And this is set up to enable delivery of high quality training specifically for beneficiaries from excluded communities at a more affordable cost. So the members, as noted, would be benefiting from this reduced cost, which is an exclusive offering through our partnership with GIFS, together with the extensive work readiness training and the Future Skills platform license. So an overview of the program targets and the intake scheduling. As a partnership, we have a target to source and train 2,600 unemployed youth and take them through 6 weeks of work readiness training. we would like as an outcome to place 2,000 of the work readiness graduates into internships or the learnerships. So essentially, we conceptualize taking in batches of 650 beneficiaries on a quarterly basis, transitioning the top 500 of that batch onto the learnership program. We do know that there may not be a drop-off, and it may be a case of transitioning all the candidates participating in work readiness through to the qualification. As we've noted, work readiness is incorporated upfront to become a part of the qualification. But do want to flag that we'll be working with your organizations to understand those models around selection, filtering, work readiness training, and ultimately transitioning them into the workplace opportunities. The key focus, of course, for us at a work readiness level is ensuring that we've taken excluded youth and through our partners have supported excluded youth with the essential skills for the workplace, accessing digital training, digital literacy and financial literacy training, which is delivered and supported on the BPESA Future Skills platform. Then with regards to the program, as noted, the goal or the target for us, which is over the first year after go live. So we do anticipate starting our first batch in February. We then plan on, by the end of January next year, having successfully transitioned 2,000 candidates from their learnerships into permanent employment. And I'd like to highlight that GIFS has an established track record in this training, and their results to date are 100% throughput. So they've had 100% success rate with all of their participants and program learners transitioning into their alumni base. Program delivery. So the GIFS team will be working with each company or employer to design how this program is going to fit into the business, understanding other training interventions or requirements for onboarding or additional business-specific training. And this is to ensure that a seamless learning pathway is co-created between the partners and that there is a consistent and valuable high-impact experience for the learner. Employers will have the opportunity to use GIFS training facilities, and GIFS are putting this on offer to participating members at no additional charge. GIFS do have state-of-the-art facilities in both Johannesburg and Durban. Training for the qualifications, for all of the qualifications on offer, is fully delivered online. GIFS have also got a state-of-the-art learning management system where they have already deployed all of the qualification content materials, training materials, guides, as well as assessments. So all of the assessments do take place online. The beneficiaries participating in the program have the flexibility to work from your designated sites without having to go into specific classroom environments off-site at a GIFS location. Through the platform, GIFS will also be managing all of the CETA administration, all of the submissions, all of the uploads to the National Learner Record Database, and the certificates of outcome and competence with the employer and the respective learners. GIFS will be allocating a program manager to the initiative, and this person will be a single point of contact. A full orientation session is held up front with all of your key stakeholders, and the session is held to clarify expectations, roles, and responsibilities. The first 4 months of training, and this is inclusive of the work readiness component, are delivered as a theory block, and that's prior to the candidates entering a working environment. They can then commit a full day capacity to operational work. The only additional admin required for the participating operators would be, of course, to maintain the logbooks for the evidencing of learning and notional hours. So moving on to some of the benefits of the program, we'll talk about tax rebates, employment tax incentive, and BBBEE. So the GIFS team are going to be supporting each of our participating companies, employers, by providing the help of a tax specialist. And this will be to prepare all of the documentation that is required for submission to SARS to access the tax incentives for learnerships. While the actual submission must be made by the employer, this dedicated support will be provided by the GIFS team. These incentives are used by the employer to set off the direct cost of the training fee, which is paid to GIFS. And then submissions are made for provisional tax and year-end tax submissions. The incentives are applicable at 50% of the program cost of the 22,400 package, and that's upon enrollment of the beneficiaries, and the balance of 50% upon completion of the learnership. Or in the case of an early termination of the learnership, a prorated amount is claimable. The employer can also, over and above, benefit from the employment tax incentive, and this furthermore reduces the employer's cost of hiring the young people through this cost-sharing mechanism designed by government. And then in this instance, the employer does receive full recognition for skills spent in their BBBEE scorecard. And as I've noted, in all of the face-to-face sessions, the breakfast sessions to be held across each of the regions, the GIFS team will be on site together with the BPESA team as the technical experts in the program delivery, as well as program benefits. They'll be able to dig into the detail and address further questions you may have. So please do take a look out for invitations. You may have already received some reach outs from our regional representatives, Lynn and Yogan. They will continue to reach out on a company by company basis, but over and above that, we will also be sending out email communications from the BPESA marketing team. So BPESA and GIFS, as mentioned, are hosting breakfast sessions in Durban, Johannesburg, and Cape Town, and this will offer an opportunity to engage with all of you interested members where we can share more information on this very exciting partnership and the opportunity to participate, and very importantly, to address those questions regarding how you participate. So please take a look out. Next week, Monday, the 22nd of January, our team will be in Durban at the Oyster Box Hotel from 9 to 11:30. Then we will be in Johannesburg on Wednesday, the 24th of January at the Maslow Hotel, 9 to 11:30. And then finally, we'll be closing out on Tuesday, the 30th of Jan in Cape Town at Table Bay Hotel, 9 to 11:30. Please note that all catering will be provided. It will be a light breakfast. At this point, I'm going to transition across to my colleague, BK. She's going to talk to you about how to get involved and the completion of our ERI surveys. Over to you, BK.
Thanks, Coral. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope I'm audible. I'm struggling with network issues. Whilst I still have it, let me just go on with it. So last year, we sent out a survey that we sent to all our members to complete it, to just show us their interest to participate in this program. What I will do is that after the session, I will resend it to the ones that may have missed it or are unable to locate it. So the survey that we have sent out is just for us to get an indication of your interest. It's a very short survey, will take about 5 to 10 minutes of your time. And the survey is just us trying to assess your readiness to participate in this program. We want to understand your training needs for the upcoming year, with the focus on formal training and certificates needed by your organization. We are also asking a couple of questions around your infrastructure and also just what do you need and support that you need should you be able to participate in the program or in future skilling programs. We're also gathering information on numbers, on the likelihood of the cohorts that you want to start with, what are the numbers that you want to start with within this program, the certificates that your incumbent staff you want to take, whether the NQF level 4 or 5, as indicated by Coral. What we also are tracking in the survey is just what have your organization been doing around training, and also are you using in-source or outsource training providers, or do you have any LXM or LMS within your organization? Do you have in-house accredited courses? We also just want to understand where you're located and should you participate, what are the locations that you want to participate in this program. We also just want to understand around your infrastructure in terms of your equipment for training, and also connectivity if you have any issues, and also just to gauge your transition pathway, what they usually look like for graduates that are usually coming in for learnerships and internships, and just an overview of your organization development and growth strategies. And if you've had any successful initiatives in the past, we want to understand those and what made you succeed in those, and also how you're approaching impact sourcing and transformation. So I've provided my email address on the chat should you want to ask more questions, but as promised, I will resend the EOI so that you can complete it for us. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, BK, for the feedback on the EOI. As noted, BK is available and here to assist any of you with any questions, but also support if you'd like her to take you through the EOI survey, or if you'd like her to work on that on your behalf. Please just reach out. Our team is here to support you. So thank you so much, BK. From there, I just want to close out on, before we transition to Q&A, just some key highlights about BPESA Future Skills and our progress to date. If you didn't catch us at the conference and you didn't see some of our snapshots and highlights, our Future Skills partnership base has grown significantly since we went live on the 4th of May. So we are very proud to say that we have grown to over 43 business partners to date. We have expanded significantly with regards to our content and platform offerings. Just a quick snapshot of some of our users and beneficiaries active on the Future Skills platform. And I think very importantly, just want to note that the Future Skills platform has been key in terms of incorporating into BPESA intermediary funded skills projects. It also plays a significant role in terms of supporting organizations with B2B upskilling with a focus on digital and professional skills. We are now going to be including the BPESA Future Skills platform, as mentioned, into the GIFS partnership. And this is a part of a bigger agenda to look at how we can support the GBS sector, and to very importantly support organizations with accessing more funding support for recognized work readiness training. So we are working towards certifying work readiness programs that are sector ready or industry specific with the QCTO in partnership with GIFS. So we're very excited, really wonderful things to come in the 2024-25 partnership. And with that, I think I'm going to close out and hand back to yourself, Keith, to facilitate any Q&A from our audience. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Coral. Much appreciated. Yes, I think we're excited about, I think, Future Skills in particular, and that we've recently just gone over our target of achieving 20,000 users on our trajectory to scale skills and in-demand digital skills in particular for the sector over the next few years. So I'm just looking in the chat. Thanks for those who have introduced themselves. Would appreciate, I think, for others who haven't yet done so, perhaps to do so as well. Yes, with Seka, so absolutely, we will share the slide deck and other collateral that we have got for the GIFS program. And as mentioned by Coral, for the road shows, and we're hoping to see all of you there as well. It'll be an opportunity for you to deep dive into some of these areas. And as Coral mentioned, the full GIFS team will also be at those sessions to provide some guidance really on their benchmark program that they've put into place that we're partnering on as well. Just wanted to see any show of hands and anything that you might want to ask about. As mentioned earlier, BK has introduced herself. Her contact details, her mobile and email address are in the chat. Should you want to ask any questions. But just want to see if there's anything else in the chat that you might have mentioned. One other aspect that we're excited about, I think especially around the Work Readiness Programme and our partnership with GIFS, is around our Work Readiness Programme that we'll be looking at a process of accrediting the Work Readiness Programme over this year. I think BPESA is always looking at how we can bring innovation to support the sector and other sectors as well. But our focus, of course, is the GBS sector in this instance. Just want to see if anybody's picking up a show of hands. It doesn't look like at this stage. Let me just double check. So as mentioned, we will share the deck, and please reach out to BK or myself for any queries that you might have. And looking forward to seeing you all at the roadshow. Just want to double check with my colleagues, some who are on the call, if you'd like to say anything as well from the Future Skills Platform team. And I know from our BPESA colleagues, Tracy and others that are also online. But with that, Coral, I think we should be good to go. And Ms. Nothold, we've gifted you a few more minutes for this time, and looking forward to your participation and engagement on this exciting program.
Oh, fantastic, Keith. I think main thing, please do keep a lookout for those invites. If you don't see anything come through, please do feel free to reach out to Lynn, to Yogan, to BK, or to Keith. We'll all support and help you to get registered to come and join us. It really will be fantastic, and it's always a lovely opportunity to meet face to face and have a good breakfast together at some wonderful venues across the regions. So please do be sure to participate. We'll continue to pick up on more technical questions. Please feel free to drop anything over email as we build on a bit of an FAQ library. Otherwise, thank you so much, everyone, for the time to connect and to listen to this very exciting opportunity. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for joining, everybody. Have a wonderful afternoon further.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.